Here with reaction is a member of the House Armed Services Committee, Florida Congressman Mike Waltz. Congressman, thank you so much for being here with me tonight. I've been noting for quite some time that with especially the behavior of North Korea, so many missiles that, something could go wrong. A missile could land in the wrong place, or it could be a happy accident for North Korea. Imagine if a missile struck Tokyo and what that would mean for the region. And I think really you might agree that it's still not clear exactly what happened with Poland, which I think the site was just about 10 miles of the border with Ukraine. Where do you see this heading with the dynamic that we're all facing at this point?
Well, Tammy, to be frank, I think the world and our adversaries smell weakness in this White House, and you can have the most capable, ready military in the world, which actually I think we don't right now. We have some real issues, but if they don't believe that they have a commander-in-chief at the helm of that military, then deterrence begins eroding. Our adversaries are emboldened by weakness. They're deterred by strength. And let's look at President Biden on the world stage meeting with Chairman Xi. Just this past week. I don't understand why the meeting happened in the first place, Tammy. Reagan and Gorbachev didn't come together to just kind of chit-chat and keep lines of communications open. They came together for major deliverables, major agreements, whether they were arms control or otherwise, between the two superpowers. But in this case, where was the agreement? Where was even the demands on Biden's part on origins of COVID that have devastated the world, on human rights, on Taiwan, where they Xi just rehearsed a blockade and fired missiles over Taiwan, South China Sea, the threat, the theft of our IP left and right.
We know
any of those. How about you don't get a meeting? You don't get a meeting until we have something on those key issues. But instead, he cheapens. Mike, he cheapens the position.
Well, he does, and of course, Xi gets a lot of power and a lot of respect back at home for meeting with the American president. Nothing changes, giving certainly the Chinese people the false impression, because they're lied to all the time, that they've got the most powerful leader. It could also give the rest of the world that impression. I just think of Reykjavik, right? That you didn't go there to just shake hands for a photo op with Gorbachev.
Exactly.
And we've got a generation that may not realize that. But would you agree that this started with Afghanistan? That was not a bit of noise, that was a signal from the Biden administration of their complete and utter incompetence to both allies and enemies?
Oh, it absolutely did. And as an allied ambassador said to me, the entire world got the message that America doesn't stand by its allies. America is weak and incompetent, and a jihadi kind of army armed by us indirectly has won. And that basically this White House is here to manage the decline of the United States of America. That was coming from a friendly ambassador. That's what the entire world got the message. And you're right. It started with Afghanistan. Thankfully, the American people saw the lack of compassion, lack of competence. And that's also when his poll numbers began to tank.
Well, it is. And the media recognized it. It's amazing. They were actually able to deal with this. So we have China. Do you think they're going to go for Taiwan? Because every bad guy in the world made up their list of the things they want to get. And they now know they have 2 more years because the Republicans didn't take the Senate. Taiwan, you have now Israel, of course, Iran, Saudi Arabia. Who knows what else Putin might do? What's your take on what we can expect?
Well, just listen to Chairman Xi's speeches to his 20th Party Congress. He said they are not going to pass the Taiwan issue off to the next generation. That means he's going to do it on his watch. He is turning 70, so I'd give it within the next 10 years. He's told his military to be ready by 2027. He's told him to be ready by 2027. That's right around the corner. That means, 2024, the next president could be a major, historic wartime president, and God help us if it's Joe Biden.
Well, indeed. So that's something we all need to keep an eye on, obviously. Congressman, thank you so much tonight. I appreciate it. Lots going on.